I'm thinking about blue again, and alongside Atlantic Road in Gloucester is a set of rocks I went to visit recently. The water was silver and light cerulean blue that blended up into the horizon line of a really classic blue sky. And the rocks I remember were a pale gold and this peach color that I think it reminded me of an apricot soft serve that I used to get when I was young. And I guess I'm trying to capture looking down at the water from a vertical angle in the aerial view. These mixtures in the beginning are laying on top of a thick white blob of paint, so it doesn't just fall right off the edge. Here is the part where I put another color on. I'm pouring this next layer on top of a thick white layer of paint that has some texture. This binds these liquid pores together. It interacts, and it also leaves marks underneath the pools. Sometimes the white is more dry, sometimes it's more wet, and it leaves a mark within the pools, starts to integrate together, very much like the sea. The white has been a beginning process for me recently, and it helps with the drying process become more interesting. The pores also have liquid medium in them, much more thick than just paint and water. So the first layer has dried, and this is the second layer that I'm pouring on. A deep turquoise blue that I want to layer on top, using my finger, of course, to guide the pool on the surface. I love the spontaneous splashes. That action does remind me of the aggressiveness of the waves. I always use my finger first and push on the canvas to help move along the pool. Instead of a waterfall, here I decided to keep a nice, even tension right at the edge. It's very exciting to me, but I also enjoy the waterfalls when they're right. Here is an example of the waterfalls when they're right. This part is all about reflection, movement, and taking it slow. I wanted to bring in this next painting with a visual of the sunset, where I do look to see every night that I can in Rockport, Massachusetts, where I live, close to where I live. These colors are so reminiscent in this painting. The, again, aerial view of the rocks against the green landscape, the texture and the softness of the sunset I'm trying to capture here in this piece. Thank you for listening to some of my process, as these moments in my studio are a lot like journals. It's difficult for me to put into words exactly how I do things, as they're just a part of my practice and my flow state. but I appreciate you wondering, staying curious, and watching things unfold.